Welcome to another episode of the Nevada Public Library's Global Explorers program. Today, we are looking at the city of Paris, and we will start with a reading of the children's book, A Walk in Paris. A Walk in Paris by Salvatore Rubino. Hello, this is me, and that's my grandpa, and we're in Paris. We've just come up from the metro at Place Malbert. I wonder what all these crates are for. You'll see, Grandpa promises with a smile. The crates are full of fruit and vegetables. It's market day in the square. Shoppers like to visit their favorite stalls, Grandpa says, chatting and asking questions while they choose. I get some tasty cheese to try. We walk down a street where the houses lean together, to one where they stand apart. This kind of road is much newer, Grandpa tells me. It's called a boulevard. It's really wide and busy. We'd better cross quickly before the lights change. I see a street cleaner turn a big key. Now there's water gushing out of the curb. Watch your feet, Grandpa, I say. We have these special taps all over Paris, the other street cleaner explains. They give us water for cleaning right on the street. The boulevard leads to a square where lots of people are greeting one another. This is a famous spot, says Grandpa. People often meet their friends by the fountain at Place Saint-Michel. Around a corner, we find the River Seine. What's that big church on the island, I ask. The Cathedral of Notre Dame, Grandpa replies. Would you like to climb up and see the view? I would. We have to wait in line for quite a long time. But it's worth it. It's lovely and breezy up here. Grandpa points out some landmarks. The tallest building we can see is the Eiffel Tower. We make our way back down to the ground and over another bridge. Paris has two islands, Grandpa explains. This is the little one, Ile Saint-Louis. We take a seat close to the water's edge. A boat passes by, so I wave. Careful, Grandpa laughs. Don't fall in. Now we cross over to the right bank of the river. Paris has style, don't you think? Grandpa asks as we pass a fancy salon. I think there are lots of ways to wear your hat. No wonder I'm hungry. It's 1 o'clock. We find a cozy bistro for lunch. Then we're ready to explore the Marais. This is a giant doorway. Has to be wide enough for a horse and carriage, Grandpa explains. That's how people traveled years ago. We turn down one street after another, and I think we might be lost. Until Grandpa points to a strange-looking building. Here we are. Let's go around the front, he says. It's called the Pompidou Center, and look, it has all its pipes and escalators on the outside. I think it's formidable. We've walked a long way on a wide, busy road when we come to a window full of cakes. Which one would you like? Asked Grandpa. That one, that one, that one, and that one, I say. We turn into a courtyard with a pyramid in the middle. There are rows of tall, fancy buildings around the sides. A tour guide is talking to her group. This is the Louvre Museum, she says. Its treasures include a famous painting called the Mona Lisa. I see the Mona Lisa, I tell Grandpa. She's on that poster over there. We rest in the Tuileries Gardens. Grandpa enjoys his favorite view, while I make a friend by the water. Then Grandpa says we need to find a metro station. We listen to a cheerful tune while we wait for our train. Where are we going, I ask, but he won't tell me. It's a surprise, he says. The sky is getting dark when we come up from the metro. Grandpa buys me a souvenir from a kiosk by the station. Do you remember the Eiffel Tower, he asks me. We saw it from Notre Dame. I look up and find myself face to face with the real Eiffel Tower. It's enormous and fizzing with lights. We stay till the end of the show. Can we come back one day? I ask Grandpa as we leave. I'd like that, he says. When I get home, I tell him, I'll make a souvenir for you. Then you'll always remember our walk in Paris. We now come to our 5 facts section. giving you some interesting information that you probably didn't know about the capital of France. Fact number 1. One of Paris's many nicknames is the City of Lights. The name comes from the mid-1600s when the king decreed that the city needed more lights to help reduce crime. Included in this effort was citizens placing lanterns and candles in their windows, as well as Paris becoming one of the first cities with electric streetlights. Fact number 2. The Pont d'Ar Bridge in Paris has become famous for its love locks. Couples write their name on a padlock, lock it to a fence panel of the bridge, then throw the key away into the River Seine to symbolize their everlasting love. Many people believe this is a Paris tradition, but in fact the tradition isn't even French and it isn't even that old. It's not known where it started, but the tradition was popularized only 15 years ago by the Italian movie Ho Voglio di Te. Fact number 3. Despite being a city of over 2 million people, Paris does not have a single stop sign. The combination of traffic lights, do not enter and no left turn signs, as well as the rule that cars on the right have the right of way at any intersection without a traffic light, keep traffic flowing well enough. Fact number 4. One of Paris's suburbs is home to a section of the military that is unique to France: pigeons. The fort there trains carrier pigeons for traditional and ceremonial purposes, but also in case emergency communication during war is ever needed. And finally, the urban legend of alligators in the sewer basically became a reality in Paris in 1984 when a crocodile was found living in the sewer system beneath the city. Probably a pet that was abandoned or escaped, the crocodile is believed to have come from the Nile River. The crocodile was captured and moved to an aquarium in western France, where it lives today. And now we come to today's activity, which this week is less of a craft and more of a challenge. The Eiffel Tower in Paris is one of the world's most iconic towers. And so today, your challenge is, using just 2 pieces of computer paper, build the best tower that you can. No other supplies are allowed. You can rip, fold, cut the paper however you want, but no other materials are allowed. No paper clips, no glue, no tape. And when you're done, if you wish, you can take a picture of your tower and send it to us to share. So after folding and ripping the paper, I'm going to take a pretty simple strategy for my tower, which is simply to fold the paper to create a base, and then use a flat piece of paper to go on top of it. And just repeat that process, getting smaller with the upper levels so that they'll stay on. And using this simple strategy, I can get a tower that is 3 levels tall. And there we are. We'd love to see what strategies you come up with and the results. So as I said, you can email pictures of your tower to info@nplmo.org. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it and also learned something, and hope to see you again next time.